fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Moses Itauma, Joseph Parker. Get this. According to Moses' trainer, Ben Davison, he has confirmed that Moses Itauma would happily fight Joseph Parker if a fight for a vacant world title gets ordered. Itauma first needs to defeat Dillian Whyte on August 16th in his biggest test on the world stage. And let me counterpunch. I can appreciate the ambition of Moses Itauma. I think Moses wants to do everything quickly, and why not? Why shouldn't he? And I think if given the opportunity and it's given to him on a platter, I think it's fallen out of the sky, honestly. I think Moses would fight him, especially after Dillian Whyte, because what could motivate you more fighting Parker than beating Whyte? Because Dillian Whyte beat Parker. So if we're talking about fight for fight and we're talking about where you are versus what you've done, okay, if Moses makes easy work of Dillian Whyte, he's going to want the Joseph Parker fight. Now, the question is, will Joseph Parker want the Moses Itauma fight? To him, and I think to everyone, it would seem like a big setup. You know what I mean? Because I do believe that the powers may be don't necessarily care for Joseph Parker getting his shot. I just think that. I think that when dealing with Joseph Parker was supposed to be one of the ones that fell through the cracks. In other words, one of the ones that lost. But he hasn't lost. And I think because he hasn't lost, we can clearly see that he is not the chosen guy or the preferred guy to fight. He's that guy that you put in front of that guy to stop the other guy from going where he needs to go. Okay. But the only problem is Joseph Parker has beat the guy that they wanted to see surpass everyone and fight someone else, like the Deontay Wilder versus AJ. That fight was foiled, right? The Zhilei Zhang versus Martin McCauley. He beat them both. And I think because of these fights have been getting canceled due to unexpected wins by Parker, he may be getting punished. So I think if anything, if he decides to fight Moses Itauma, and if Moses Itauma beats Dillian Whyte, what I think is they're going to want to promote that type of fight, because if anybody has a better chance of beating Joseph Parker with the style or skill set, it's Moses Itauma. Okay, so Moses, being a smaller guy, being a quick guy, being the younger guy, might being the faster guy, not the bigger guy, will have a good chance of beating Joseph Parker, because if you think about it, Joseph has beaten Zhang, he's beaten Deontay Wilder, he's beaten Martin McCauley, he's beaten all the guys that I believe the powers may be wanted to see surpass and move on to the next level. Okay, and because of that, Joseph Parker is that guy that is the resistance. Okay, because he's defining all odds. So he's showing everybody, like, look, I can beat these guys. Take on me. Okay, so he wants the crown. So if he's in position for the crown, why would he fight Moses Itauma? It just doesn't make sense to me. But as far as Moses, sure, because Moses knows that, hey, if I beat Joseph Parker, I become the WBO interim champion. Okay, so that's that one step forward. And if he gets that position, it's open sesame, because the promoter, Queensberry, Frank Warren and company will push that fight to the max. Okay, because it's Moses Itauma, and that's what they've been trying to do for the last 2 years with Moses, ever since he was 19 and now he's 21, right? So I think they're going to want that fight. Why not? But if I'm Moses, I would gladly fight Joseph Parker. But if I'm Joseph Parker, I wouldn't gladly fight Moses, because he's in no position, really. Okay, he may be popular, he may be pushed promotionally, but he is not in the position of Parker. Neither has he deserved the position that Parker has. Even if he beats Dillian Whyte, that does not put him there. Okay, so it's a good fight by association to build up or to talk up, right? But it's not really warranted. because Dillian Whyte beat Joseph Parker 7 years ago. That's a long time. 2018 to 25 is 7 years. And that's a long time ago, and a lot has happened in 7 years, okay, between both fighters. And Parker is in a totally different position than Dillian Whyte is now. It's up to Dillian Whyte to upset the apple cart against Moses Itauma that everybody wants to see come up, especially the British public. So you guys tell me what you think of Ben Davison stating that Moses is willing and happily ready to fight Joseph Parker. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!